What up, YouTube, man? What's the dealio? What's the dealio? Hey, check it out, man. We live, we live. I want to give y'all a minute to climb on in, hop on in. All right. We got the stock market, man. Look, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff today, okay? A lot of stuff. So I'm going to let y'all hop on in. Be sure to like this video, all right? Like this video and let me know what's up in the comments. Say what's up in the comments. Let me know where you're tuning in from. All right? I'm going to let y'all hop in. I'm going to let everybody hop on in. Say what up, man. We got a lot to talk about today. The market, we already know what it is. What up, Shali? The market crashed, all right? But we knew this was coming. It was I don't want to say everybody was dreading it, but we knew it was going on, right? We knew tariff talk was happening. So we're going to talk about this, and we got a lot to talk about, all right? I want to make sure y'all are prepared for tomorrow and moving forward. All right. What up, QTZ? What's the dealio? What up? What's up, Joe? What up? What up? Like this video for me, all right? Let's get these likes up. Let's get this video to 100 likes, all right? Listen, I promise you, I'm going to be in my bag today, all right? I'm going to be in my bag today. I got a lot of stuff to share with y'all, so like this video for me, all right? What's up, Veronica? How you doing? All right. So we're going to let some people hop on in, and we're going to get to it, all right? Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Everybody in here, hit that like button. Hit the like button and let me know where you're tuning in from. What's up, Clay? What up, Clay? What's up, Quentin? What's up, JT? Yeah. Yeah. Let's go, man. So, look, while we waiting, I want to show y'all something. Look at this. This is what's going on in the world right now. Y'all see this? Y'all see this number right here? Y'all see that number right there? This is the lowest I've seen this fear and greed index since I've been trading. All right? This is the lowest I've seen this fear index since I've been trading. This is where we at. That's where the market is at. All right? So I don't want to waste y'all time, man. We got a lot to cover. We got a lot of ground to cover, okay? But I want y'all to make sure y'all got y'all, make sure y'all got y'all notepad, right? Give me your undivided attention, all right? I'm going to save you money. I'm going to make you money. I could almost guarantee that at this point, all right? So, yeah, it's definitely an opportunity, Joe, for sure. It's beyond bananas, okay? That is the lowest I've seen the fear and greed index since I've been trading. All right? Exactly, D. Clark. All right? I've never seen it that low. So that lets you know where we at, right? So the lowest I've seen it was 16. The lowest I've seen it was 16, but we at 8 on the fear and greed index, okay? So like let's really lock in and understand that like this is real life right now, okay? But at the same time, there's no better time to be a trader. All right. So we about to get started. All right. Before we get started, if you in here and you have not liked this video for me, just click the like button. All right. Get that like up. I want this video to get shown to as many people as possible. All right. I'm gonna help you make money. I'm gonna also save you money. I'm gonna save you heartache. Okay. Real talk. So let's get started, man. Let me take a sip first. Let me take a sip of my blueberry juice. All right. We got the blueberry juice on deck. In Colombia, they call it jugo de arándanos. All right? Jugo de arándanos. That's blueberry juice, all right, in Spanish. So, there we go. All right. So, look, man. First things first. First things first, I want to say, shout out to you if you have not blown your account yet. Okay. Shout out to you if you have not blown your account. Shout out to you if you haven't lost, 5K, 7K. Shout out to you if you haven't lost your whole account value in this trading. All right. I want to say salute to you. Okay. I also want to say, if you've taken some L's that's a little bit more than you would have liked to, I give you, it's okay. I want you to understand it's okay. All right? It's okay. This trading stuff is real life. All right? It's real money on the line. That's why they say don't trade anything that you can't afford to lose. Right? So I really want to say, man, shout out if you have not been losing a whole bunch of money. Okay? Because it's people out here right now losing a lot of money. I'm talking tens of thousands of dollars. All right? It's a lot of people losing a lot of money. So if you think that you could navigate this stock market crash all by yourself and you're a new trader, I'm trying to tell you that it's not going to work. It ain't going to work. All right? It's not going to work. If you are a new trader within a year and you trying to navigate this stock market crash all by yourself and you're losing money, I really, really, really want you to consider joining the Prosperity Collective and the Trading Discord, right? Because we will help you not lose money and we'll help you make money, all right? Like seriously, like you don't have to do this on your own, all right? So I just want to put that out there because I know it's a lot of people suffering in silence right now. It's a lot of people suffering in silence right now, and you don't have to do that, all right? So now we got the economy, right? So let's talk about what happened over the past 24 hours, all right? 24, 28 hours, okay? After market closed yesterday, Trump said, okay, tariffs is happening and this is how much tariffs are going on, right? This is what we got going on. Almost every country in the world got tariffs, from the U.S. U.S. is the biggest importer. The U.S. don't make nothing on their own, right? Now, with that being said, we obviously saw the effects of that. Now, let me break this down for you. All right, let me break this down for you. What up, Q? What up, Ed? What's the dealio? Like this video for me, all right? We about to go in. So, we got yesterday, overnight, we opened up the market. The market dropped substantially, okay? Now, the market did drop substantially, but I'm going to show y'all a couple things. Before I show y'all some things, I want you to understand this. We call this a gap down. All right? A gap down. Now, with that being a gap down, I want y'all to understand what's going on. Last week, we had a gap up. And then what happened? The stock market came down to fill those gaps. This is why being able to read the charts is so important. All right? When you learn how to read the actual charts and the candlesticks, when you learn how to read these charts, what happens is you're able to see clearly what's going on. You're able to see clearly what's going on. Right? I'm being very, very, very intentional and serious about what I'm saying right now. I want you guys to understand that you can lose all of your money trading like that in seconds, okay? You can lose all of your money trading in seconds. Yeah, you can make money, but nobody talks about how much money you could potentially lose and how much money people are losing, right? And I want to help mitigate those losses. But we got to understand what's going on here, okay? So we got the SPY dropped by $20 overnight, okay? The S&P 500, the market, The SPY dropped by $20 overnight. Where did the SPY close at today? Let's look at it. The SPY closed at, let me see. I think it was like 538. Okay. The SPY closed at 537 today. 537 and like 40 cents. Think about that. A couple months ago, the SPY was in the 600s. Yesterday, right, the SPY was at 550 something. Today, it closed at 537, all right? Now, on the charts, that's a big gap. So what's gonna happen is we got something called liquidity. And it's not just the SPY. Almost all the stocks dropped and gapped down. But what does this mean? This means that all these stocks are going to go back into those gaps, those prices, and fill those gaps, right? Because they got to get liquidity, right? So it's a liquidity grab. Now, let me continue to break this down further because I want you guys to really understand this stuff. All right. If this stuff makes sense, let me know in the comments because I want to make sure I'm delivering it to you. And I want you to understand that I'm talking, to you. I'm not talking at you. I want to have a conversation with you. I want to engage with you. Okay. So let's really go into it. Follow what I'm saying here. Okay. Now, so we have a gap down. And then once we have a gap down, the market is consolidating. So what they do is they'll say, oh, the stock market is down today, right? But the stock has not moved during the day. It's only moved overnight. Okay? It's only moved overnight. So as a trader, everybody thinks, oh, it gapped down $20, but it's going to go down another 10. That's not how it works. And these are the games that Wall Street plays. And this is how they take money from people every single day. Every single day. Do you know how many victims the stock market has? Stock market is gangster. Wall Street got more victims than I don't even know. The government in general got victims in all kind of different categories of life, right? But the gap down does not mean that you're going to get those moves. So mark my words. If we don't gap down heavy tomorrow, we're going to have some big moves to the downside or to the upside because the moves have not happened yet. See, I hope you're hearing what I'm saying. I hope you're hearing what I'm saying right now. Pay attention to the games, okay? It's all about pattern recognition, right? If you just hopping on, I want you to do me a favor. Say what's up. Say what's up in the comments. Like this video. Let me know where you're tuning in from because I'm in my bag. We about to go in, okay? We just warming up. So, a pattern that I've recognized in the stock market is when you have a stock, it could be an individual stock or the whole market, whatever. But if I want to trade a stock and I see that the stock has gapped up, right? Let's say $5, $7, $10, it don't matter. If I see the stock has gapped up and I see after it opens, market open, it keeps going up, at some point in time, that gap is going to get filled because it has to come down and it has to get liquidity, right? So if this is happening market-wide and all the stocks have gapped down, it's only a matter of time until the whole market has a green day, a green week, and it goes in and fills that gap right there. Now, let me tell you this, okay? I'll talk about that in a second, George, but let me tell you this. So yesterday, Trump said all the tariffs, right? Now watch this. And this is what I'm talking about, the games. Okay? I see this on breaking news, right? On CNNBC. Let me tell you what it is. What's up, Moneybag Jeff? CNNBC. This is what it says. I'm going to read it to you. Trump says he is open to tariff negotiations, contradicting White House aides. Let me read that one more time for you. Trump says he is open to tariff negotiations, contradicting White House aides. What's up, Trees? So what does this mean? Yesterday, he announces tariffs. Stock market crashes today. Now, today, he's saying, this was at, what time was this? This was 3 hours ago. So this was well after the market closed. This was like 2 hours after the market closed. Okay. I'm arming you with real information here. Okay. It's up to you to understand what I'm saying, read in between the lines, and then go apply it to your life. All right. But he announces tariffs, and now he's saying he's open to negotiation. So at some point in time, he gonna make an announcement. He may soften the tariffs, and that's what's gonna make the market go up. And that's what's gonna make us go and fill the gaps that the stocks just gapped down. I can see it clearly. This is what is going on right here. This is what is going on right now. All right? We cannot be the sheeps of the market. If you watching this, you're not a sheep. All right? You well informed about what's going on. I'm bringing you the information firsthand. I'm not just giving you something so you could buy a course. I'm bringing you the real information, the economic information, how things is getting manipulated. I'm bringing you the real information so that you ain't in the market getting flipped. Okay? This is what's really going on right now. Trump will say one thing, say something opposite a day later. Okay? It's all a game right now. But when you can understand how to read the charts and understand what price action means, you are not going to get played like everybody else. Okay? If that makes sense, drop that in the comments. If all of that makes sense, drop that in the comments and let me know. All right? So, George, liquidity. Okay? Liquidity. So basically, what liquidity is this is how I look at it. Liquidity is it's a gap in the price action. It's a gap that hasn't been tested. So it's an area in the charts that have not been tested yet. Levels haven't been tested. And then price is going to come back down and then either keep going lower or go back to the upside. All right? You got fair value gaps. You got gap ups. You got gap downs. Fair value gaps are like invisible gaps. If you don't know how to see and understand what a fair value gap is, you're going to get cooked in the market. All right? You got to understand what's really being said. You got to understand what this stuff really is. You got to be a student of the game. All right? But the games that are being played is real serious. It's real serious. You got people's retirement accounts. It's some people that was just about to retire this year. Now their retirement account is down 70%. This is ridiculous what is happening. But here's the key. When you understand, what do I always say? The more you study, the less you what? Worry. The more you study, the less you worry. It's people's retirement account that's done, but they don't understand what's going on. They don't understand what's going on. Right? So we got to really, really, really not be a victim here. And we got to be able to sit back and be like, let me really pay attention to what's going on. Let me really pay attention to where things are at. Okay? So I wanted to preface with that right there. This is what's going on in the market. These are the games that's being played. This is the manipulation that's happening right now. Right? And it's up to you as a trader to ensure you are not on the receiving end of the games. Because let me tell you how the government work. They don't care. Whoever can escape it, they don't care. Whoever is a victim of it, they don't care. Let me tell you why they don't care. Because all they care about is themselves. All they care about is themselves. Right? What's up, Key? So they're going to do what is best for their pockets, for their agendas. And because they're going to do what's best for their agendas, you as a trader and an investor have to understand how this is working, who it's affecting, and how you are not going to be on the receiving end of the game that's being played. Because there's some evil and wicked stuff going on. It is some evil and wicked stuff going on. We just talking about the stock market. But I'm talking about it's some evil and wicked stuff going on. And it's been happening for a long, long, long time. I'm talking about decades. But ever since we had social media, right, things have been getting exposed a lot more. But I don't want you guys being a victim to what's going on. All right? If you watching this right now and you have not, do me a favor and like this video, okay? I'm freeing you right now financially. If you heed to what I'm saying, your life will change. I'm telling you this as a fact. All right? I've decoded the stock market and I'm bringing it to the people. All right? So be sure to like this video, drop something in the comments, let me know where you're tuning in from. We just getting started on this live. If you on this live, you know how we get down. We go in on lives. I don't hold nothing back and I give you real game. All right? So make sure that you're on this live for the whole time because I give real game. All right? So now we got that, right? So now we got that. So what I want to do is I want to talk about the market crash market structure. Okay? I want to talk about the market crash market structure. And I also want to talk about something else as well. So, the charts. I want to show y'all some levels. Okay? So, I said what I said about the market crash, right? So let's think about this, right? Think about this, y'all. Right now, they're fear-mongering. I'm not saying that it's not bad, but what I am saying, and I'm going to show you the data, and I'm going to show you the actual facts based on the charts, okay? I'm going to show you the charts. The charts don't lie. Men lie, women gonna lie, but them numbers, they not gonna lie. And them candlesticks, they don't lie either. Because the candlesticks are telling you who's investing into what, okay? So, with that being said, let's go to the charts and let me show y'all what's really happening. They're making things sound scarier than what has already happened a week or two ago. What do you mean, Isaiah? Let's go. Come on with me. Let's take a journey. Let's take a ride to the charts. All right? Let's take a ride to the charts. Come on. Get them likes up. Like I said, this right here, this is the fear and greed indicator right here, right? We are at 8. This is the lowest I have seen the fear and greed indicator, the index, since I have been trading. I've never seen it at an 8, all right? People are scared and they're shook right now, okay? Now, let's go look on this is a daily time frame right here, okay? Let's start with Robinhood, okay? Let's start with Robinhood. This is a daily time frame, right? All right. So remember this. This is the worst crash right now, right? If this is the worst crash, let me show you something. Watch this. Right now, Robinhood closed at $38.26, right? It closed at $38.26. Okay. But a week ago, it was at $35, okay? So on the 7th of March, right now is April 3rd, so a month ago actually. So a month ago, Robinhood was lower than what it is right now, okay? Now the SPY is definitely lower, right? The SPY is definitely lower than what it is now, okay? But let's look. This just happened today. On 13th of March, right? The SPY was at 549. On the 31st of March, the SPY opened up at 549. All right? The SPY touched 548 today, right? Okay, let's keep going. Pretty sure QQQ is very similar. All right, very similar. Okay, on the 31st, it touched 458. It touched 459 today, and it closed at 451. Okay, let's look at Reddit. This is the lowest it was as of today, but last week or a couple days ago on the 31st, it was just at 102. So it was already coming down. Okay, before today, everything was like at certain levels, but it wasn't super low. But here's also what they did. If you pay attention to the charts, look at what they did. Before today, they pumped up the stocks. They pumped up the stocks, okay? Pay attention to what's happening. They pumped up the stocks, right? So SPY closed at 564 before they dropped it, okay? QQQ, same exact thing. 3 days straight. They pumped it up and then they dropped it, right? Look at Carvana. It got pumped up, right? Because Carvana was at 167. Carvana today closed at 182, right? So Carvana is still higher than where it was at, what, 3 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. All right? They pumped it up all the way to 225 and then they dropped it. But this is higher than where it used to be a couple weeks ago. Okay? Let's look at XYZ block. What do we see? They pumped it up, took it to 57, and then what? Now it's right at 53. But look at it. It's right here at support. It's at the bottom of where they pumped it up from. Okay? Apple is considerably lower. That is one stock that is considerably lower. Okay? Let's look at Boeing. All right? Boeing, I ain't going to say it really count because they didn't really pump it up. It pumped up a couple weeks ago, like a week and a half ago, and then it started to come down. This kind of looks like a regular chart minus this big gap right here, okay? Look at DoorDash. They pumped this joint up, and then what? So we're seeing the same exact pattern on quite a few stocks. 3 days the stock pumped up, and then it drops where? Where does it drop at? it drops at the down to the support level of where it pumped up from. Right? Palantir. They pumped it up for 3 days. They pumped it up for 3 days, but Palantir is actually holding pretty strong. Palantir had a green day today. It says it looks like it had a green day, but it didn't. Because it gapped down, right? It opened up here and then it finished here. It gapped down, but they pumped it up and then they gapped it down. Okay, look at Netflix. They pumped it up, gapped it down, and then it kind of recovered a little bit. It came all the way up to here, and then it came down, right? Lululemon, we ain't talking about them because they missed earnings, and then they get a lot of that stuff in China, so them tariffs is gonna hit them real bad, right? Look at Hims. They pumped it up for 3 days, right? It got pumped up, and then what? They gapped down, and and now it's got a red day. But look at where it's at. It's sitting at the 200 EMA, right? It's sitting at a support level right here, right? Look at Intel. Intel finished at up 2% today. Look at this. Intel is in the S&P 500, right? It's in the S&P 500. Look at it. It touched almost $24 today. Okay? It was down worse before all of this tariffs. In March on 11th, it was down worse. They got a new CEO and it gapped up. Okay? It basically filled this gap. But it got a new CEO and it gapped up. All right? We could do this all day. Okay? Look at MU, Micron. 3 days they pumped it up and then it gapped down and it came down. All right? Understand the games that's being played here, y'all. They making it seem like we down $80, right, from certain support levels. They pump the stuff up, give good news in the market, and then they drop it. So the drop seems substantial only because we had 3 days of just pumping up. We had 3 days of stocks just pumping up, pumping up, pumping up. It didn't even make sense why certain stocks was going to the top. But they did that so that way the drop seems bigger. The drop seems more catastrophic. But this is why I say them charts don't lie. Them charts don't lie. I could literally see where stocks are coming down to. So you can't fool me. You cannot fool me. Because I learned how to read the charts. These are the games that's being played right now. Do y'all get what I'm saying here? If you get what I'm saying, let me know in the comments, all right? Let me know that this stuff is resonating and it's making sense and you learning from it, all right? Like, let me know. They sure did pump the stocks up because I was puzzled why things was going up. Yeah, it just didn't make sense. It didn't make sense, all right? And now we're going to see where things go. I think we may come a little lower, but at the end of the day, listen, I want y'all to be able to see between the lines of what's really going on here. All right. Joe said, Hims got me in a hole. He said, I want my money back. All right. So let me give you some game, Joe. All right. And this for anybody who listening, okay? Listen to what I'm about to tell you, because this right here, this is a perspective shift that could change your life. All right. Now watch this. Listen clearly what I'm about to say. Joe said, Hims got him in the hole. I want my money back. Watch this. That's not your money, Joe. That's not your money, right? And let me tell you why I'm saying that. Because whenever you lose money in the market, it's not your money. That's a hard pill to swallow. But you got to understand that the stock market is about balance, right? Whenever you lose money, it's because you were out of balance. Either your psychology, your discipline, your patience, something about you was out of balance. So until you fix your habits and your psychology, it's always going to seem like Wall Street owe you money. But the stock market is an inanimate object. The stock market is not taking money from you. You're giving money to the stock market. You see what I'm saying? You got to balance out what's inside of you so that you can rightfully have the money that is yours. But until that happens, you got to understand that that's not your money. So if I have a good week, a good day, if I give any profits back to the market, I'll be like, oh, okay, that wasn't my money. I had to get balanced out. This is real. This is how you got to look at it. This is how you got to look at it. Right? The money that's in the market, it ain't yours until it's yours. Until you prove, based on your habits, your discipline, your patience, and your psychology, until you prove that those things are intact, the money that you lose is the stock market's and it's not yours. Because if it was your money, you would have it. If it was your money, you would have it. Listen to what I'm saying here. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about psychology. All right? We got to be able to take full accountability for our decisions. We got to be able to take full accountability for our decisions. Because I used to say the same thing. I want my money back. But then I had to realize, oh, it's not my money. Because if it is my money, I would have it. And then I had to learn the reason why it's not my money is because I'm too anxious. I'm getting in trades that I don't need to be getting in. I'm trying to predict where stocks is going. So it's not my money. I am willingly giving the money that's mine back to the stock market to balance out my inefficiencies. That's what's going on. The stuff gets deep. And a lot of times we don't even know what we're saying. We don't even know what we're saying, right? Until it's broken down to us and for us. But this is real life. I'm giving you game that could set you free for decades from now. Understand this. The money that you lose in the stock market is not yours. So stop trying to get it back. Instead of trying to get the money back, you need to get your habits right. I hope you're hearing what I'm saying. Instead of trying to get the money back, you need to get your discipline right. Instead of trying to get the money back, you need to get your psychology right. Instead of trying to get the money back, you need to get your confidence right. And then when you get your confidence right, when you get your discipline right, when you get your patience right, when you get your psychology right, that's when the money comes to you. And that's your money. Whoo! That's your money. Your money comes when you work on yourself and you get better at the things that you have a lack in. Do you hear what I'm saying? People think that the money that they lose is theirs and it's not. I got to break that myth up because that's not true. Trading is an inside job, y'all. Trading is an inside job. right? And so, Joe, don't take that personal at all, right? It's not like that, but I got to give you the real because I want you to get better and I want you to be able to grow. You see what I'm saying? I'm not here to sugarcoat the things, right? Because let me tell you something. Have y'all ever been around somebody, right? Have y'all ever been around somebody that may say something and you know they just saying it out of habit, but if you go with what they're saying, you're doing them a disservice. Because if you agree with what they're saying, you're enabling them to not grow. You see what I'm saying? So if I just laugh at that, right, and be like, oh yeah, I feel you. If I just laugh at that, I'm enabling you to stay stuck. In reality, I want you to turn up. I want you to be able to change your life. So I got to give you the opposite of what you're saying, as long as it's positive and it goes in the right direction, because I know the importance of the truth. Right? So this is really about shifting our mental psychology around this stuff. We got to understand how money works. We got to understand, here's another thing. What is your relationship with money? Right? You cannot be trading with a poverty mindset. You can't be trading with a poverty mindset. You can't be trading with a fear-based mindset. Because all that's going to happen is you're going to lose money. And then you're going to bring yourself heartache and frustration. And then you're going to start to spiral downward. So it's like everybody want to make the money, right? I get it. Everybody comes to trading because they know you can make a lot of money. But what they don't realize is you got to do the work on yourself, and who you become is who ends up making the money. And not even making the money, you attracting the money to you based on your habits, your discipline, your patience, and all of that stuff. Do y'all get what I'm saying here? Do y'all get what I'm saying here? Do y'all understand what's being said? This is real spill over here. All right? This is real spill over here. Q-Tisha said it's a lot of divergence, bullish divergence. This is true as well. You're absolutely right. There is a lot of bullish divergence. Now, we just got to see how low the divergence goes, like how low the stock goes before we get that reversal. But it's a lot of bullish divergence for sure. And we got to be patient and just kind of see what happens over the next, 2 to 3 days, trading days, and see what happens. Okay? So, now what I want to do is I want to talk about market structure, okay? I want to talk about market structure. So if you haven't already, like this video, okay? Like this video. And then if you are not, be sure to join the Discord, okay, y'all? Join that Discord. We're going to help you make money. We're going to help you not lose money. And the most valuable thing, we're going to help you get your mind right. We're going to help you become a person that the market gives money to because of your habits and your understanding. All right? B. May said, real talk, I watched your earlier video 3 times because it was so on point. It hit home on what happened today. She said I was a smoothie that turned into mush, a very expensive lesson learned today. Yeah, listen, let me tell y'all a story, right? I know somebody. He been trading maybe for like 5 months, 6 months. Text, known him for a while. And he was like, yeah, you telling me about trading? I was like, hey, bro, join the Discord. That's what I told him. Join the Discord, man. I know that you're a little bit newer, right? He was like, oh, yeah, cool. Didn't join the Discord, right? Today, hit me up. Let me know he lost $7,000 in the market today, right? He lost 7 racks in the market today. My heart goes out to that. But it's like, pay $40 or lose $7K. Pay $40 or lose $7K. Let me tell you the problem with a lot of the mindsets, right? A lot of the times, people want to say that they did it themselves. That's the thing. People want to say that they did it themselves. That's what be going on. So it's the pride and the ego, right? I want y'all to understand, man, you don't have to suffer in silence here. We could help you. It's not about the disc. It's not about the money. I'm not getting rich off $40, right? I want you to understand that this is about a community of people that have the same goal. A community of people that are all in the same fight. So we gonna look out for you. We gonna share the articles with you that you may not be aware of. We gonna help you, remind you to set your stop loss. You will lose less money just by being around people that's winning every day. I'm telling you this as a fact. So don't be the person that wants to say that they did it on their own. Because what that does is, over time, you're going to elongate your process. We could help speed up and accelerate your process. The Bible says a wise person seeks wise counsel. Like, seek wise counsel. All right? Like, real talk. This is way deeper than a Discord. This is way deeper than $40. This is about you not suffering in silence. This is about you not, having to go through more than what you got to go through, because it don't have to be this hard. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be this hard. So I understand what you're saying, B-May. I understand what you're saying for real. But tap in with the group more, right? If you're in a Discord and you start taking your own plays and you start to see that your account is dwindling, tap back in with us, take our trades, and you will lose way less money. And then you could start really understanding again, and then you could go back on your own. That's what it's for, right? The group does help you become a better person. That fast we did last week, it was needed. It prepared us for this week. That's another thing, man, right? Me and Shiley was talking a while ago, some years ago, right? Because when we met, every Sunday I would fast, right? And then we got together, and then we started fasting like the first 3 days of every month. But I remember one time we was having a conversation, and she was like, people always say trust your gut, right? But you can't trust your gut if you don't cleanse it. I was like, man, how you gonna trust your gut, right? That's the saying, trust your gut. How do you trust your gut if you don't even cleanse your gut? So you ain't never cleansed your gut. So you got all this stuff in here. You got all these demons. You got all these parasites. How you gonna trust your own gut, but you got parasites in your gut telling you to eat all this sugar, telling you to eat all this salt, right? Like, this stuff goes deep. So that fast was important. I say that to say, right, when you fast and you get rid of stuff, it really helps you think straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty new, but I've been going by candles and supporting resistance. Say regardless of the news, made $300 today. There we go, Callie. Callie Nola, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. So yeah, like, listen, this stuff goes so much deeper than just, oh, join the Discord. No, we helping you. We helping you in so many ways, all right? Real talk. So now, like I said, I want to talk about market structure, all right? Market structure. And this is going to help, this is going to answer your question, Denisha, that you asked in the Discord earlier, okay? So check this out. When you got a market crash, so you have different types of days, right? You got days where the market is all red the whole day. You got days where the market is red half the day and then it goes up, right? You got days where the market is only red for 15 minutes and then we go straight to the green. You got different types of days, right? Now watch this. I'm gonna show y'all some stuff on the charts about the market structure and how to kind of pay attention and see what's going on, right? So I'm gonna go into the charts. We're gonna take a journey into the charts. If you're watching this right now, let me know where you're tuning in from if you have not already, and like this video, okay? Let's make sure we get this video to 100 likes, all right? 100 likes. This stuff is life-changing information, y'all. This is life-changing information, all right? So, let me pull this up real quick, and then we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. So I'm going to read y'all the question real quick, okay? I'm going to read y'all the question. All right. Today, both trades broke the 5-minute EMA, but not the 15-minute EMA. All right. I was going in between both. I exited with the small loss, yet both trades eventually made the expected move within 1 to 2 hours. Okay. Would you base exits more on the 15-minute chart or even the 30-minute if it's at the 30-minute mark? Okay. So this was the question that was asked, all right? Now, I want y'all to keep that question in mind, okay? Keep that question in mind, and now I'm going to break it down for you, and the way I'm going to break it down is by showing you the market structure. All right? I'm going to show you the actual market structure, okay? So, what's up, Mikey? How you feeling? Now, I'm going to show you the charts and I'm going to show y'all the market structure, and this should help you. All right? So this is the daily time frame. Now let's go to the 15 and the 30 and stuff like that, okay? So the 15-minute time frame, all right? Now let's look at MU. Now look. So if you see right here, MU, right? So we have, so right here we have a move to the downside like this, right? Okay. Now, I want you to pay attention. This is on a 15-minute time frame. I want you to pay attention to these two candles right here. This is a support level that I have, okay? So, this is a support level that I have. Now, after it breaks support, we have two candles that go up here, right? It doesn't fully get to support, but then what happens? What do we see next? It comes back down more, right? Okay. And then we see one candle go up here. And then what does it do? Comes back down again, okay? And then we see two more candles right there to the upside. And then to finish out the day, it comes back down some more. All right? So, this is what happened on Micron today, right? Let's go to another stock. Let's go to Shopify. Okay. Now let me know if this looks similar, right? So look, we got a move to the downside. Okay. Then we got 3 green candles right here, goes up, rejects off this EMA right here, and then we kind of just slide down, right? We have 1 candle right here that comes up, and then we come back down, and we got these 2 candles right here come up, and then it comes back down some more. All right? Let's look at DoorDash. All right? Let's look at DoorDash. Okay. This one, a little bit trickier. Okay. It opened up here, so it still was a red day. But look, it says it was down $15, right? But it opened up at 178 and it closed at 174. So that's only $4 right there. But this is the other $11. It got down $11, right? So this is kind of just like it tried to go up to fill the gap. It rejected and it came back down. All right. And then we had a lower low and then we came back down to the downside. Right. But let's look at BA. Okay. Here's another good example. So Boeing, right? So Boeing opened up here and then we had a move to the downside. Right. And then we came up. Right. Had a lower high, and then what happened? We came back down for the rest of the day. All right? Carvana, another good example. They gapped down, all right? Opened up, rejected off of that. Then we had a move to the downside. Boom, right? So it came from 205 all the way down to 180, 181. All right. And then, as you can see, it came back up to 191. And then started to reject it and we started to slide back down. All right. And we came back to 179. Okay. Let's look at Netflix. Netflix didn't do it. It just had this is a change of character right here. Okay. This is a change of character right here. So let's look at any others that I could see. Let's see, Hims didn't do it like that. But so that's market structure right there, right? So a lot of times, if I see a stock and it's coming down and it's been trending down, let's say I get in puts, right? First off, if you've seen something in a downtrend for a while, don't get in puts until it has a pullback and then it could come back down, right? That's market structure. What I've noticed with market crash days, where you have days that are just down, right? When things are just coming down, it's still gonna have slight pullbacks, right? And then it'll come back down. So wait until the stock comes up a little bit and you see it reverse, and then it'll go back to the downside. And a lot of times it'll come up to either a support or a support / resistance level or a EMA or the VWAP, and it'll reject off of that. Okay? That's how the game go. I would love to join a Discord, but it would be hard to learn how to trade with the job I have. Do you teach swing trading as well as trading leaps? Yeah, we swing trade in there as well. But right now is not the best time to trade swings, honestly, unless you have them out, 4 to 6 months out. You know what I'm saying? Because things are just kind of crazy right now. All right. South Carolina. Okay, South Cackalack. There we go. How are you going to trust your gut when you haven't cleaned it? Yep. Shali. She be dropping gems, y'all. Quinn said you told me that today on Carvana. Yeah. So look at this, right? So I got in Carvana yesterday. I'm mad that I didn't swing it, right? Because I was in a put. So I made money yesterday on Carvana. I got in at like 224, right? I wrote it down like $1.50 yesterday. But what happened was I did not swing it into today. I wasn't paying attention to Carvana today when the market opened up. I should have had it on my watch list. I'm mad that I didn't. But Quentin, he wrote it down. Because I've been talking about Carvana. Me and Quentin talk all the time. Like I've known Quentin for years at this point. We've been locked in for a while. So we talk all the time. So I told him about Carvana, right? So then he got in, he made money on Carvana by himself. But he was talking to me and he was like, it was around right here. Let me show y'all. It was around right here. Okay? And so I told him, I was like, he was like, he got in 2 times between here and here, right? So he made money 2 different times. And I told him, he was like, yo, do you think it's going lower? I was like, I think that Carvana could definitely hit. No, it was around right here actually. He was like, you think Carvana could go lower? I was like, it'll probably hit like 175-ish. Because I know what the levels are, because I've been paying attention to Carvana for a while and I know how it moves. But I was like, I wouldn't get into it right now. And it was around like 180, 182 or something like that. And then boom, it had reversed because I was looking at the charts and I didn't see any green candles yet. So even on a green day, it may not fully reverse, but if you want to ride it to the downside, you need to see a pullback first. And a pullback when we have a red day, a pullback is a stock going to the upside a little bit, right? So it went up $10 and then it finally was able to come down more. You get what I'm saying? So this is that pullback. So you want to wait until this happens to get into the puts. This is how they get you. They lure you in, make you think it's going to just keep going in a straight line. You're going to get in and then it's going to pull back. You're going to get out and then it's going to go back lower. All right? Look at the SPY. Okay? Same thing. Boom, pull back, came lower. All right? Excuse me. And like, yo, we all take losses, y'all. All right? We all take losses. Understand the name of the game. We all take losses, but when you're able to look back at this stuff and you can see it clearly, it really does help you out. All right? It really does help you out, seriously. A lot of people are reserved about joining the community because it's not been around as long as others, but they shortchange themselves because they're not giving life information plus trading. Now that's good, yo. That's real life, you know? And the funny thing about it is, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a firm believer that your vibe attracts your tribe, right? And so the same way I say, how I told Joe that wasn't his money. If you're not in the Discord, you ain't a part of the tribe just yet, right? We don't spend no money on ads or anything. This is all organically. So people that are skeptical, it's only because they've been burned so much. You know what I'm saying? They're so used to BS. They're so used to weirdos. They're so used to weird energy. They can't even see what's really going on right in front of their face. But over time, I'm telling you, over time, people gonna see. You know what I'm saying? People gonna see. So it's all good. That's the beauty of it. That's why I love it. Because the people that know. You know what I'm saying? Marlonia said money has no owners, just spenders. I like that one. I definitely like that one right there. That's real. William said bars. Yeah. So yeah. When we have market crashes like this, I want you to understand the market sentiment. Okay? Let's get 5 more likes on this video. If you're watching and you have not liked it, do me a favor and like this video. All right? But I want you guys to understand market sentiment, okay? If you have a red day, like an all red day, don't go against the actual trend. Don't go against the trend. Don't go against the momentum. You know what I'm saying? Do not go against the momentum. I want you to lock in and understand that the trend is my friend. Okay? The trend is my friend. See? B May said I got caught in that SPY pullback today. And you see how later on in the day it went down, right? I'm telling you, the market is not easy, right? And that's why I'm saying, like, if you lost money today, yesterday, this week, whatever, man, it's okay. All right? I want you to understand it's okay. Because that's another thing. That's another thing, right? You got to learn how to lose. You got to learn how to take an L gracefully. And here's the key. You have to learn how to take a loss and actually be able to talk about what the lesson of that loss was, okay? Because if you can't take an L gracefully and be like, okay, I know what happened. If you can't look at your L because you're so emotionally distraught, you're not learning from it. You're not learning from it, right? So I'm telling you, you got to learn how to take them L's. We could say we're all a part of it. Now, absolutely. Listen, Veronica, we building something amazing, incredible, and it's just the beginning. You know what I'm saying? We got almost 200 members in the Discord, and it's only been 2 months. That's incredible, all right? And it's all because y'all. So, you guys are all appreciated, and that's why, we try to pour into you as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because it's way deeper than just a dollar amount. Mason, what's up, Mason? He said, at least I caught you for a bit. Make sure you watch this video after we get off on here. But speaking of Mason, right? Look at this, y'all. Look at this real quick. I'm going to share this with y'all. All right. George, if you're still on here, you asked what a fair value gap was, right? Look at this. All right. So we got Chewy. Okay. This is Chewy. We was in a Discord, and Chewy was around right here. Okay. Chewy was around right here. And I said, Chewy looks like it's going to be coming down. I said, Chewy is going to come down to between 33.26 and 32.94. And boom, look where it ended up coming down to. 33.23. Right? Called it to the T, right? I knew it was going on. All right. So shout out to that Chewy play. I know you ate on that one, Mason. So yeah, shout out to that one. That was a good one right there. You know what I'm saying? Joe said, I was initially skeptical because there is limited support in other Discord groups. Prosperity Collective over delivers. Hey, look, I don't tell nobody to come on these lives and say this stuff. All right, I don't. I do not. I just show up every day, and you know what I'm saying? We just do what we do. We just do what we do. B May said, "Yep, it's okay. It strengthens my trading skills." Yep. Absolutely. I appreciate that, B May. Charlie sent me 20,000 pesos. Hey. Thank you for your time and energy. Grateful for all the gems and insight. Hey, I appreciate that, yo. I appreciate that, Charlie Boo. She got me blushing. That's a fact. Most was never taught how to take a loss. Nah, for real, you got to learn how to take an L, y'all. You have to learn how to take an L. Nobody is perfect in life, in sports, in anything. All right? Yes, sir, bro. I've been playing with Chewy since last week. Every day I played to the upside and downside today. There we go. Yep. That's good stuff. Yeah, Mason, you doing your thing. I'm seeing the growth in Mason. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing I love about the Discord. You get to see people's growth. You know what I'm saying? From when they first joined in Discord to later on. You know what I mean? Look at this, y'all. I want y'all, speaking of growth, right? Speaking of growth, I want y'all to show Q-Tisha some love, okay? This is what we gonna do. I want y'all to understand what's going on right here. This is what I mean when I say, lives is being changed, right? Peep this. We got in a Discord, right? Peep this. QTZ. I left one contract running. $1,500 in profit. $1,500 in profit. She made 757.87% on Apple. Do y'all see what's going on here? Do y'all see what's going on? My biggest trade yet. I said, is this your first $1,000 day, Q-Tisha? She said, yes. She made $1,000 today. She made $1,500 today before 8 a.m. Before 9:30 a.m., Eastern time. This is what it's about. This is what it's about. This is what it's about, yo. I celebrate when other people win. Right? Quentin. Right? Quentin. Let's go in there. Where he at? He said, where he at? Hold on. He made, where he at? How much you make today, Quentin? I know it's in here. He made $600 today. He made $600 today off of Carvana. Smack Carvana. He ain't on. Did he post it in here? Yeah, he ain't posted in here. I don't think. Yeah, he was busy today. That's the thing. Some people don't even post their profits in here. All right? But Quentin, he smacked Carvana twice today. He up $600. Right? We got people making thousands of dollars in a day. And that's just one day. You know what I'm saying? This is what it means when we say community. This is what it means when we say community. All right? How much did you make today, Quentin? George said, I like how you interact with the group. Them other people, how I was playing, they don't do that. I'm joining as soon as I park. I drive trucks. Hey, shout out to that, George. Be sure to join, man. That link is in the description of this video. But yeah, man, like I'm telling you, like we gonna help you out. We gonna help you grow in multiple ways, and we gonna help you get this money. All you gotta do is run the play and listen to what the lessons that we be teaching you. It's always easier to take a loss when you have somebody telling you it's okay. And that's the thing. We gonna rally around you, okay? You ain't by yourself here. All right? Q-Tisha said, I learned from the best. Isaiah and Charlie got me on Apple hard, and Marcel, thank y'all for real. The knowledge is powerful. I get better every single day. Yep, every single day. I'm telling you. Quinn said, I made 600 today, and I just posted them in the Discord. Okay, so let's go. So let's look at this. Here we go. There we go. See? I don't make this stuff up, y'all. All right? He got in a put 3 times on Carvana. 325, 5%. So he invested a lot. And then he made 10%, 180. And then he made 135. All right? So I want y'all to do the math with me. Okay? I want y'all to do the math with me. This is the Prosperity Collective right here. Okay? This is the Prosperity Collective right here. I'm not making this stuff up, y'all. This is why you need to join. All right? So look, let's add it up. 325 plus 180 plus 135, that's 640. That's 640. Y'all see what I'm saying? $640 today. And here's the thing. Quentin just had his first $200 day like a week and a half ago. So he's breaking psychological barriers almost every day. So he gonna have his first $1,000 day next week. This is how the game goes, and this is how you grow fast. This is how you grow fast. So shout out to Quentin. All right? Shout out to Quentin, man. I'm here, listen. I'm here to celebrate y'all wins. You know what I'm saying? Qtisha smacked 1,500. Quentin, he smacked 640. You feel me? I'm here to celebrate you guys. That's what this is about. That's what this is about, y'all. This stuff is life-changing. I'm telling you, learning how to trade options is literally life-changing. You know what I'm saying? Literally life-changing. JT, I could do a video on order blocks, but I'm not going to break it all down now because we've been on here for 1 hour and 15, okay? It feels good inspiring someone you're inspired by. Hey, it's like what they say, it's a family affair, man. You know what I mean? It's a family affair. We all eat in here. Everybody's growing. I'm watching people come into the Discord and then start just smacking cash. They get it, they learn the skill set, and then they start just doing it on their own and making their money. And you can start teaching your sister, your brother, your family. You can start teaching everybody you know. When you start learning how to do this skill set, I'm telling y'all, we only speak in prosperity over the Prosperity Collective. And I'm telling you guys, by the end of the year, some of y'all gonna be moving out into your own spot if you ain't already. Some of y'all gonna be quitting your jobs if you haven't already. Some of y'all gonna be buying that car that you wanted to get, right? Maybe you need a new car. You're gonna be able to go on vacation, you know, free and trade and still make money. I'm telling you guys, the year just started. The year just started. I'm telling y'all, I want y'all to stick with us. I want y'all to stick with it. I want y'all to keep learning, keep getting better. This stuff will change your life, man. Everything that's going on in the economy, you cannot afford not to learn this skill set. You cannot afford to not learn this skill set, man. Put the time in, put the energy in, put the effort in, and really lock in on the skill set. Because when you learn how to, you know, execute this skill set, your life will change forever. Not for a week, forever. All right? Like, seriously, man. Quinn said, I appreciate you and Marcel and Prosperity Collective. Hey, man, we appreciate you. Legit. And I love to see it. I love to see it, man. I love to see the energy. I love to see the wins. You know what I'm saying? Especially y'all got kids out here. You know what I'm saying? Quinn, you got a daughter. I love that for y'all. More money coming into the household that you ain't got to work for. This is beautiful. It's beautiful. QT says, some of us going to be chilling in Colombia for 3 months. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Yo, we've been chilling out here for, it's been, what, a month and some change? We got 2 months to go. We got all of April, and we got May. We chilling. Legit. Joe said I hit SPY for 37% and 16%. Did you post that in the profits tab? I ain't see that. If you didn't, make sure you post it in the profits tab. Make sure you post it in there. That's where we post all our wins, y'all. All right? So listen, y'all. If you have not, be sure to join the Prosperity Collective. I hope you guys got value from this live today, okay? This live was meant to really give you some sauce and help you understand what's really going on, all right? Denise said, I got out in the pullback too, going back to see where I can get proof and not bull trap. Yeah, that's all it was, Denisha. And I always say, if you take an L, but you learn, you know why you took an L, you won. Cause you ain't gonna make that mistake again. You feel what I'm saying? And listen, let me tell y'all this too. I don't trade the SPY. I do not trade the SPY. It moves too fast, right? I know it's cheap and stuff like that, but I don't trade the SPY. Me personally, I would recommend y'all to trade individual stocks. From my perspective, it's less risky. That's just how I feel. All right? That's just how I feel. So I'm sharing that with y'all. If y'all are taking losses, two things. If you're trading the SPY a lot and you're taking losses, stop trading the SPY. Focus on one individual stock, okay? The next thing is, I want you to focus on percentage gains. Stop paying attention to a dollar amount, and I want you to focus on a percentage gain, all right? If you start focusing on a percentage gain, you will make more money, all right? Understand what I'm saying. You will make more money when you focus on a percentage gain. Stop paying attention to the dollar amount. The dollar amount is fleeting. Yeah, Mason. So look, I remember so we was we initially booked Colombia for a month, right? And then like before we even left, we was like, we gonna do 2 months. So I hit up the Airbnb host and I'm like, hey, how much more for an extra month? He calculated it. It was $1,100, right? I was like, all right, cool. I remember I came out here and then I got into a Robinhood swing trade, and a day I made 1,100 off of Robinhood in a day, and that was my Airbnb. You know what I'm saying, for that month. So I paid for a month of my lodging in a day, all because I knew what I needed to do on the charts. Like, I'm telling y'all, it's not far-fetched. All right? It's not far-fetched. All right? This is Joe right here. 16% on SPY, 37% on SPY, banging. That's almost $200 today. That's almost $200 today. You know what I'm saying? This is how we get down. When you learn the skill set and you learn how to apply this skill set, your life changed forever. All right? Your life changed forever. It's not about the dollar amount. It's about the percentage gain. Because I always say, and I'm going to leave y'all with this. If you go to the bank and you give them $200, they cannot give you a 20% return on your money in 10 minutes. You ain't getting that nowhere else rather than the stock market and options. All right? So far, the SPY has only been good for quick in and out traders for me. Yeah. I don't like the SPY. That's just my thing. All right. Some people love it. I don't like the SPY. I don't mess with it. But if you're taking a lot of L's and you trading the SPY, I highly recommend you to kind of switch your selection. All right. Denise says it's only $40 and will change your life. Nothing like it. Those that get it, get it. I've been scammed too, but good people and opportunities are greater. And that right there, let me tell you what that is. That's called maturity and wisdom, okay? We all gonna get burned in life sometimes. But if you can't see what the goodness is, then you are always gonna be behind in life, right? Because you're always gonna be guarded. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, man, just be open to what we got for you, and then come join a winning team. Come join a winning team, man. We all gonna welcome you with open arms. We don't care what Discord you was in. We don't care how long you been burned, who burned. I don't care about none of that. All I care about is you here right now and we gonna win. That's all that matters. All right. You cannot get greedy with SPY. Exactly. Yep. Trade Mag 7. Yep. Training is like double dutch. If you don't get in at the right time, you will get smacked by that rope. Yep. Yep. That entry is critical. That entry is critical. All right. So, all right, y'all. I'm about to get off. I appreciate everybody's time. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I hope y'all got a lot of good value from this. Okay. So, also remember, get out of your head and go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right. And always remember, like I always say, the more you study, the less you worry. So make sure you get in them books. All right. I'm going to holler at y'all tomorrow. I appreciate everybody's time. Peace. I appreciate that, Q Tisha. It's the best thing in her opinion. Best thing. William said he done with Spy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, peace and profits, Brielle. I'll holler at y'all.